Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach, and today we're going to look at 5 guys that you've just got to have in your side. My must-haves videos have previously been pretty popular, and I was thinking about it today at work, and I thought, I'm going to bust one out a bit earlier here. Normally I wait till earlier, well, closer to round 1, but I thought, no, I'm going to get stuck into it, because there's 5 guys that already I think are absolute must-haves, and unless they go down with injury, you've just got to pick them. If you were starting a team now, you can just lock these blokes in. You can build your side around these guys. Now, I don't necessarily have them in any particular order, but I do think, and I'll expand on what I do think is an absolute no-brainer in a sec, but I'll run through the 5 must-haves for 2020 right now. And off the top, Lachie Whitfield, absolute superstar. And the fact is, it's just an absolute present for us. A little gift, he's in the forward line. Thank you very much. Absolute no-brainer. He was outstanding last season and probably could have averaged even more. He had a couple of injuries, missed chunks of the season, affected games with injury, but he still came out and turned out some massive scores, which still made him average, what was about 111. Yeah, he's pricey, but in the forward line, it's an absolute gift to just have a bloke that you can say, yeah, he's going to average 105 plus, no dramas. And he's an absolute jet, one of the best ball users going around, an elite runner. I think he's an absolute must-have. Fact is, a forward just makes it a real easy decision. And flowing on from that sort of thinking as well is Dustin Martin. I've said it throughout pre-season. Whitfield and Martin, just start them. You know, I probably have seen every single team with Whitfield. Some I've seen without Martin for some reason. I'm not too sure, but he's a jet, absolute lock. He'll average big numbers again. And this forward line is proving a little difficult at the moment. Let's be honest. You know, Heaney's gone down with injuries, in doubt for round 1. You've got other blokes like up there that are Toby Green, Walters, Gary Ablett's up there in terms of price. You know, I don't think there's a stack of reliability. People are looking around for the Greenwoods, Stevens, Devon Smiths and the like. So we're searching for mid-price options just to fill out those positions in the forward line. But the easiest part of picking a team in 2020 is starting Whitfield and Martin. Absolute locks to be top 6 forwards. So just start them. And then I've got Brodie Grundy in the ruck. And a lot of talk about Gawn and Grundy. Do you go both? How do you change and go about that? A little bit of difference now that he has suffered a bit of an injury throughout the pre-season. But Grundy's flying. He's looking great. You know, he's just a guy that I think we've just got to start. I mean, he just averages enormous numbers, you know, high 120s, 130 odd he averages. He's not just an elite ruckman, he's one of the best players in the competition, and he's the best scorer in the competition. So he just does it solo, racks up so much contested ball. He can get hit out numbers, yeah, but he'll get midfield numbers too. You know, he might have 20, 30 hit outs, maybe a tad more on his day. But it's the fact that he tackles hard, gets 22 touches, just a dominant force. And he's in his prime, so lock him in. And just moving up in terms of position, we'll take a look at the midfield. I've got Matty Rowell absolutely locked and loaded, and I want to put a slight asterisk on this one. And, you know, I feel as if his price, obviously being a number 1 selection, we've still got to see a little bit of encouragement through the pre-season, but I don't think we'll need much. I mean, we saw what Sam Walsh did at the Blues. He was absolutely brilliant for us in Supercoach land. And more often than not, these under-18 players are coming out of the system ready to play AFL. And so often the number 1 pick is going to a club that needs a midfield type. And they're better prepared physically. They're better prepared mentally, these young kids coming through. And we saw it with Walsh. And Rowell's numbers are very much comparable to Walsh's. And I think from what I hear and read, better in some circumstances. So going to be plenty of opportunity at the Gold Coast Suns to play through the middle. And if he shows signs of that through the pre-season, which I think we're all confident he will, he's a genuine chance to average similar to Walsh, even if it's not right up there, because Walsh's first season was unbelievable. Even if it's not quite that good, he's still as good as you're going to sort of find around that 200k range. So I think we've just got to have him in our sides at the minute. And rounding out the must-haves, Sam Docherty in the back line. He's been a star for us for a long time. Well, not really recently, but he has had some great seasons. Absolutely dominant when he went down, which is really sad to see. He was outstanding for us, just rebounding, intercepting, just mopping up so well for the Blues, and I don't see any reason why he won't go back to that sort of form. Obviously, he's been out of the game for a little bit, but therefore we see a discounted price, and we're not expecting that. What did he average? 116 quite a few years ago now. We're not expecting that, but it's very, very likely that he's going to average 100, and I think if he can do that, then it makes him a top 6 defender, because I don't think there's going to be too many defenders that bump the 3 figures, and I think Docherty is as good a chance as any, and the fact that he has a bit of value to him, he's priced at, what was it, 430 something, I think, from memory. You've just got to go with him. Of course, long-term injury, out of the game, there's concerns. But again, the proviso on anyone that we pick on our side is that they get through pre-season pretty well. And if they do that, then we're laughing. And I think these 5 guys, no injuries, no concerns through pre-season, I think we'll start them all. So they should all be in your side at the moment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on who you reckon should also be a starter for your team. I ummed and ahed about a couple others. I sort of didn't really include too many rookies aside from Rowell. I tried to keep it to sort of your on-field premium types. So I'd love to hear what you think. Did I miss anyone? Must-have is a big call. You can mount cases for most players, but these guys, I just think you got to have them. So I'd be really interested to see what you reckon, and if you got some more to add to the list, comment them below. So I'll be back pretty soon. Have a bit of content over the weekend, no doubt, and I'll be talking to you soon. Cheers.